Hello guys, my name is Ifmo Magbuchu and I'm super excited guys to record my first video in Python programming. I am very fortunate to say that I'm one of those guys who started to learn Python from scratch after my friend encouraged me to take the coding journey by learning Python programming, and it has helped me a lot in my life. It has opened me avenues of opportunities. It has also helped me to think properly and to explore my mind and discover my true potentiality. So guys, I also want to encourage you that you know in each and every day of your life, you need to discover your talent, discover your abilities, right? Your potentiality. It's never too late, right? It doesn't mean that if you got an academic qualification of some sort, or a certificate, a degree, or a diploma, and you end there. No, life doesn't end with a degree or a diploma, and the sky is only your limit. So you literally you can do anything with your life. You can learn anything, especially nowadays that the internet is ours, with free materials, free courses that you can take at your own pace. And yeah, I think you can change your life in ways that are beyond your imagination. So guys, let's keep on adding value to ourselves each and every day of our life. And yeah, I always tell people that life is boring when you are not upskilling, when you are not developing yourself. So this is the time with COVID around. I bet you can get enough time to complete courses online, or you can even enroll for the Python course with me. You can even learn Django and start to build websites. You can learn a lot of things. You can even learn graphic design, and yeah, upskill however you want. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let me dive right into it and now start to show you the syntax of Python language. So guys, like I told you that I was encouraged by a friend to start my coding journey in Python. The reason that he chose Python for me is because it is easy to learn and it is beginner friendly. It's actually basic English. So yeah, you can learn Python easily, and within a short space of time you can master Python programming, you can master Django, and yeah, that's so cool. So here in this window, this Jupyter window, here you can see these are the folders that are in my desktop. So I need to select a folder that I want to work with, or I can create a new folder that I can work with right now. So okay, to create a folder, you click here on the new button and then you select folder. So you look for the untitled folder here, like you scroll down and here it is. This is the untitled folder. And hello, how are you? So right, then you click here and then you scroll upwards and then you rename it to whatever you want. Right here you can name it Python for absolute beginners, right? That's the name of my folder right now. So let me find this folder again. Okay, here it is here, so I click on it, and then here, so this folder is empty for now. To start working with to create a new Python script, I come here again on new, and then I select this Python 3. As you can see, I'm using Python 3 or Python version 3, right? So when you click that Python version 3, it will take you to the Jupyter window where you can start to write your Python code. Okay, so in this tutorial I'm going to take you through numbers in Python, strings, and variables and lists right? So let's get started. So I want to name this document. What can I name this document? Okay, let me say Python basics. Yeah, I think that's a befitting name. And then here, if you wanna write a heading in Jupyter Notebook, use a single hashtag and then write the heading name, right? In this case, it's Python basics, right? And here select heading, or you can select markdown. I am selecting markdown, and then press shift enter like this, and then there you have got your basics. To make content italic, you use these so here I'm going to write numbers, strings, variables, and lists. Yeah, for now. Okay, before I press shift enter, I have to select, each time that you're dealing with text in Jupyter Notebook, always select the markdown for the text to execute like this. Yeah, numbers, strings, variables. So before I delve into numbers, here is how you can write your first Python code. Hello there world. Yeah, so if you press shift to exit, if you want to run your code, you can do shift enter, or you can press this run here. All right, so I'm used to using shift enter, so yeah, basically that's the easiest way. So now let's get started in numbers. So these are data types. We have got numbers, we've got tuples, we've got strings, we've got variables, we've got lists, we've got dictionaries. I think a lot of data structures that we have in Python, but the basic ones are numbers, tuples, strings, variables, lists, dictionaries. These are the most basic and the most commonly used data types that you will find in Python. So here, as you can see, this is so in numbers. So before I so let me do this subheading here, and numbers in Python, right? So I select this markdown, and then I press the shift enter, right? So here we want to deal with floats, right? Floats, right? So floats, these are decimal numbers, so in Python we call them floats, right? So we've got floats and integers, which are whole numbers. integers are whole numbers, while floats, these are decimal numbers. For example, we can say this one is a float, right? Because it is got a decimal number, right? It's a decimal number. But we have this number here. We call it we call it integer, a whole number, right? Like this. Okay, so like this. So in Python, you can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? You can do literally anything in Python. So you can do 1 plus 1, that's addition. You can do 2 times 5, that's multiplication. You can do 10 minus 3, that's subtraction. You can do 25 divided by 5, that's division. All right, so you can do literally anything in Python. Okay, so basically these so you can perform any operation, any number operation in Python. Okay, so at this stage I want to introduce the concept of variables, right? So a variable, it stores a value, right? A variable can store a string, it can store a list of items, it can store a dictionary, things like that. And variables are super cool in Python, and you will use them a lot of times, right? So a variable in general is a name container, right? It stores information, or it stores values, right, that you can reuse later. That's a variable. So it can be any name, right? It's not limited to a specific name, but it is to be a noun, right? So that it has to be something that you will not forget in future. And these are super cool in Python, and very very easy. So let's do our first variable here. So what we want to do here is we want to say let x be 2, right? So in this case, x is a variable, right, that stores this value 2. So in other words, we are saying x is equivalent to 2, right? Let's assign 3. So in this case, y is a variable because it stores this value. So in this case, y is equivalent to 3, right? Such that if we say y plus, or if we say x plus y, we get 5. Because literally we are saying variables are handy in Python. You don't need to keep on repeating numbers and stuff. So to shorten the amount of code that you can write in Python, we use variables like this, right? So super cool. Okay, now let's move to the concept of strings, right? So yeah, these variables are super exciting, and they are cool to use. So here we put strings, right? So basically a string is plain text, just plain text. For example, if I say here give more, that's my name. Yeah, that's a string in Python. But now a string is identifiable by using these quotes, right? That's a string, because yeah, that's what defines a string in Python. whatever text that you can use, you can use it in inside quotes. It depends with situations, but mostly strings are always in inside quotes, especially when you are dealing with comments and stuff. So that's why I told you that Python is basic English language, right? For example, now let me show you something cool here. So I want to store my name as a string like this, right? And I also want to store my age as a string, right? So that's the first scenario here, right? Once I do that, I want to use variables to execute this. I don't want to use name and the ages there, but I just want to make use of this because here on top we agreed that this variable x is equivalent to 2 because this stores this value 2. So similar to this one, this variable name is equivalent to this name in this string, as the same applies to this age, right? So when I execute it using the print function, so now I want to say my name is, right, and I put a space here, and then I say plus name, right? There it is. So now it's executing my name, right? So I can even go on to say I am dash plus age, right? So I'm 27. I can also put a space there, and then years old. So if I execute here, says I'm 27 years old. You see. So now let's combine this so that it's in one line. So you can say print my name is, right? Then we say plus name, then you say plus, and then we do this, and I am, then space, we wanna add the the age, then we say and I am plus age plus years old, like this. So if we execute this, it's saying my name is Give More and I'm 27 years old. So this is super powerful, guys. You see, we have eliminated a lot of hassle here. Like in most cases, you would want to input your name, you would want to input your age and stuff, but you understand as you go along learning Python programming that variables, they save you a lot of time in your code, right? So right, let's proceed here. So I want to show you another process, and I call it in another way, another section that I want to cover here is that of concatenation, right? So concatenation is the process of adding a string to a string, right? Like here, what we did here is, if we come back here where we defined the values of our variables, we said this variable name contains the value which is a string, which is my name, right? And this variable age contains the value which is in a string format, which is my name, right? So there's so here, if we come here now, we see that we have, in order for this code to execute, we added this string. Okay, we added this string, my name is, plus this string, right? So string and strings, they work. Okay, so if you wanna, if you want your code to execute, you need to make sure that the strings are there, right? And this is a string, my name is, it's in string format, and the name is also in string format, is defined here, and this string plus age, which is in a string format. Okay, let me show you what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is I need to reset again. So I say my name is given and my age. This time around, I'm not storing my age in the form of a string. I'm just storing it as an integer, right? Remember, this is, I told you in the beginning that a string is denoted by text inside quotes. Okay, so in this case, we have got a string value and an integer value. So I want you to appreciate the process of concatenation, what it means. All right, so let's print this out and see if our code will execute and see whether we have errors or not. So we can say my name is, right, my name is, then we do space, right, and then we do plus, and then we do and I am space, then we do plus, then we do age is what we did, and then you say plus, and then you say years old, right? So if we try to execute this code, it will give us an error, and it's saying can only concatenate string, not int to string, right? So the process of concatenation is you add a string to a string, right, and the code will work. Okay, so in order for this code to work, we need to convert this integer to a string. So how do we do that? Let's do this. So let's say converting or converted spellings, converting is okay, an integer to a string. Yeah, I got these spellings right. So right, so how do you do this? To convert an int to a string, right? You use what we call okay, so here let me say use, okay, let me put a full stop, use the str method, right, like this. Use the str method. So here I wanna show you using this code. I don't wanna just want to copy this code. So copy the code and paste it in this slide. Right. Then what you can do here, you can you can now use the str method, right? So like this, and then right, you put the variable age inside this str, and then what you can do right now is, if you execute, your code now works, you see. So guys, this is super cool, and I really appreciate this, and I love this a lot, and that's super cool. So you need to understand these variables, these strings, how to change data types and stuff. This is so super cool, guys, and I love it. I love it. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let us also proceed. I want to show you another way that we can make use of here. We can use the print format function, for example. We may use like this. So what we can do here is we can say, okay, my name is, and then we do this, right? My name is, and I am, right? Yes. Oh, so we are saying this is the print format function. So here, instead of using this name, of using this age, these variables like this, in place of this, we put these curly brackets. And then after that, we do dot format. Then we're using the format function. So we say name, we say age. So if we execute this code, it should work. So this is the by far the easiest method to execute your code that involve these variables, these strings and stuff. So it's also handy and easy to use. Then after that, let's look at lists, right? So here we have lists in Python. So what we can do here is we want to create a list of countries. So here our variable, we're going to name it countries, and then we say South Africa, and
I must just take a
we say
look out the window.
Zimbabwe, and then we say Malawi, and then we say Zambia, right? So if we execute this, you see we've got South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, things like that. So it's super cool. So suppose you want to add another country in that list, you can say countries dot append. You can use the append function, and then you choose the name of the country you want to place in there. So Botswana, and like this. So when you print out your variable, the list should contain Botswana, like that. So if you want to remove Botswana out of that list, you can do countries dot pop, just this. So what this pop function will do is it removes the last element in the list. So if you do this, then you can say countries, right? You see Botswana is being deleted. So if you want to see the number of elements in the list, what you can do is you can use the len function. So you can say len from length is the shortcut of length. So if you want to see the number of items in that list, you can say learn countries, then we've got 4 countries. So if you want to access the first country in the list, what you can do is you can say countries, then you can select 0. You can select 0 because in Python counting starts at 0. Then if you do this, you get South Africa. So if you want to select the last, you can say 0 1 2 3. So you can do this, and there you are, guys. And yeah, I think that's for beginners. That's super cool, guys. So you can practice how to work with strings in Python, how to work with lists, how to work with variables, strings, numbers, integers. It's so super cool, guys. So thank you guys for watching my video, and I recommend that you keep out for more videos to come, and please let me know what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And that's it, guys. So thank you so much. God bless you.